Steve Domenico in the Room podcast with Billy Goff fighting Thursday, December 10th at Bellator 254. Second time fighting for Bellator. Man, how you doing, Billy? And congratulations on finally getting to that cage for Bellator in 2020, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for the congrats. I'm excited for it. It's been a long time. It's been about a year that I've been trying to fight him, so it's been a very long camp, but I feel good.
Excellent. Well, you were supposed to scheduled to fight Robson right before right when the COVID hit, but we didn't know it was hitting when the fight was scheduled. Fight was postponed, then you were supposed to fight him again in September, and maybe before that again. I don't know, but this is your fourth or fifth time being scheduled with him, correct?
Yeah, so I believe it was February that I got first was scheduled with him. He got canceled the day of, and then he got rescheduled for September. I forget the exact date, but yeah, he pulled out due to an injury, and then it was rescheduled again for November 12th, and then he had to pull out again for, I'm assuming, the same injury, just because he probably tweaked something again, and so then it was scheduled for December 10th. And he hasn't. I don't. It's going to.
Well, we're a week out, man. There's no pulling out now. Is he? Does he get injured? Like, has he had a track record of that, or is it just bad luck for everyone in 2020?
Yeah, I think it's just the year because I haven't seen him pull out before.
Excellent, man. Well, dude, 2019, you started your pro career in January. You had 4 fights in 2019. And then 2020, you had that fight in January scheduled, but you didn't know it was going to go on. All of a sudden, the world stops, man. How'd you keep it all together and to get to this point and finally get to that Bellator cage?
It's definitely been a very weird time. It was weird when it all started, and there wasn't too much of a change. And then when the fight got canceled, and then all the lockdowns, and then just the whole world went to shit in like a week. It was a lot to take in. It was unfortunate that I lost the fight, but I knew they told me that they wanted to make the fight happen, so I was going to get rescheduled. So I was like, all right, we just keep training, just keep pushing it, and we do what we have to do. And I was very fortunate that my gym never closed. We were always able to keep going, and I worked at somewhere that I never stopped going to work. So my schedule was very much the same. It was just social distance a little bit. So that helped a lot, that my schedule. I know a lot of people, they didn't go to work anymore. They couldn't go to the gym anymore, so they were stuck home. So I was very fortunate with that.
As far as the training and stuff, you have a small group there anyway at the Rough House and Team Dexter there. So during COVID, I know there was a lot of gyms with that were, their small clan of fighters were still getting together and doing their thing, man. You've had a year to prepare for this fight, just about. Man, 4 reschedules. I don't know how many times you had to cut weight or get ready to cut weight. I don't know what's going on, man. But what have you learned since the January when the first fight was supposed to happen up until now? I mean, skills must be through the roof now. I mean, you've had enough time to study him and get ready for whatever he's bringing, which I imagine is going to be a try to take you down and, submit you on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I believe that's his game plan, is to go for the submission. If he doesn't, then it'd be very surprising. It'd be one way to try to throw me off. I don't think it'd be a good option for him. But in this past year, I've had a lot of changes. So we got a new jiu-jitsu coach, because the one prior had a lot going on with work, so he wasn't in anymore. And then it was just my coach, my main coach, Dexter, just coaching, doing jiu-jitsu for most of the time. And he's very good, but he doesn't have that jiu-jitsu oriented mind frame. He has fighting and wrestling. So we've finally recently, with some other gyms closing down, we were able to get another jiu-jitsu coach to come in and start teaching us. And so these past few months, I've been able to just really get a great jiu-jitsu look at. And he's learned a lot from Danaher. And Danaher was teaching Naaman Gracie. So it's like, I kind of know a bit of his playbook. I get to see a direct look what he knows and what he likes. Obviously, I've never rolled with him, and I've seen him roll a couple times, and I've seen his fights, so I know that somewhat what he likes to do. Have an understanding of his style when he rolls. But just to be able to, like, with leg locks and just all kinds of different attacks from everywhere, it's just been that's been one of the biggest blessings. And also, I was vegan for 4 years. Like, for most of my fighting, I was vegan. But within this past little under a year, I've stepped away from that and started adding meat back in because I just wasn't feeling good. And now I feel like $1 million. So
here come all the vegan people. That son of a gun, he left. Like, the Diaz brothers are gonna be all over us, my man. Dude, as far as him, I mean, there was, he's had a ton of time to interview, even though he's been injured, so he's been out of the spotlight. But before, when past interviews, he was talking about not being afraid to stand up with you, and we know that's your game, brother. Is he will he be out of his game to stand up with you? Because he's never fought anyone like you. I mean, most of his 3 fights have been against either pro debuts or I think the fighter with a losing record who only had maybe 1 or 2 fights. So he's basically stepping up his game to fight you.
Yeah, he's definitely taken on a different type. He's going up a level. He's getting into a territory that he's not used to, and I don't think he's ready for it. At least from what I've seen in his fights, he strikes to get into his grappling. He doesn't strike and grapple, and he doesn't blend them. He punches to grapple, which is never really a good thing. And I mean, he could have fixed that since his last fight. He could have done more striking. I don't think the bridge that he needs to cross, I don't think a year is enough time because our striking is very far apart, in my opinion. So I'm very confident in that field. And I think he got dropped from his first fight, the guy who is like 8 inches shorter than him. He got dropped by him. At least that's the way it looks when I was watching it. And it's just the people he fought, for them to do as well as they did with him and with their striking, it just makes me more confident with what I can do with what I have.
Excellent. And he is a tall guy. I think he's 6'2" or 6'3". So somewhere around there, unless Tapology's lying to us. But
on Bellator, he's 6 foot.
Oh, is that right? Okay. All right. So we don't. All right. Let's say 6'1".
No, he's 6'3", because I've got a teammate who's 6'3", 6'4", and he's just a little bit shorter than him.
Yeah, Bellator plays with records too, so we know how that works, brother. We know how that works, my man. So, you've gained skills. You had a ton of time to study for this fight. I've seen, I follow you on social media, seeing you get ready and stuff like that 4 fucking times. I've seen different guys, travel through your gym, getting some work there. Any new faces that have been helping you? I know you mentioned the new jiu-jitsu coach in there, but any new faces to get different looks or help you out, with some live really MMA work?
Yeah, I used to I haven't in the past few months just because I've been amping it up so much and doing so much outside of the gym as well. I took Saturdays off, but I used to go up to Nick Newell's place on Saturdays and get a lot of work, and there was a lot of different people going in and out of there. So it was a lot. It was really helpful, and I want to go back again. I don't want to overtrain. But then I also, Strike Zone in Norwich, they have been down. So a lot of their guys have come over. So we've got Randy Francis coming over. He's been a big help. We've got a few people who have come over from there, jiu-jitsu and striking wise, that have helped us. So it's been great. We've had a lot more people than we normally do.
Excellent, my man. Well, you're back at Mohegan Sun, brother. You've been there a few times. You're going to be fighting no crowd there. You've seen the fights, of all over the world and stuff happening without crowd. You anticipating that and being able to hear your coach from across the cage yelling at you to do stuff, and actually hearing the other coaches also?
That'll be the biggest thing, I think, because I usually never hear too much with crowds. It's really deafening. I can't really hear much. It's just like wah wah wah. But I can always hear my coach because he's so loud. So I can always usually hear him because he's right there and he's loud enough that people in the stands even hear him sometimes. But it's gonna be like sparring. There's gonna be no loudness. It's just gonna be very quiet. I'm gonna hear every punch. I'm gonna hear all the noise he makes, I make. I don't normally ever talk in a fight, but I sometimes talk in sparring. So I think that might change it a little bit. I think I'll feel a little more comfortable. I'm not sure. It's going to be very interesting, but I'm very excited also to look back on it and watch the recording because I'll be able to hear what one of my fights really sounds like, hear what my punches sound like. That's going to be cool.
Excellent, my man. Well, it's an exciting time. You're on the card with a bunch of other New England beasts that are going to perform Thursday, my guy. So as far as this fight, fourth time around, brother, what are we expecting to see from Billy Goff? Fighting Robson Gracie here in Bellator 254.
I'm going to leave everything out there, and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give everything I can to hurt him. I just put as much into my elbows and my hands and my kicks and everything I can. I'm going to try to Kimura him if I get it. I'm going to smother him with every angle I can.
Excellent, my man. Well, we've seen you from that first fight on, brother. You lay it on them, and dude, just the progression and just your patience in there now, and just how good you look is like leaps and bounds from that first fight. Last thing, social media and how we get in touch with you, because we still have a few days before this fight.
Yes, my Instagram is William Goff with a B. I post as much as I can. I try to post more so I can get more followers, get a better sponsorship. My team has a page now. It's Team Dexter Valetudo. They post a lot, and you can see all the different people from our gym, including Randy, Austin. We have a lot of people looking that are going down a road to eventually step in the cage as well. New guys who haven't fought before, guys who fought a couple times. It's been really good with how many people we have. So that's a great page to keep up with us. Other than that, Facebook as well, Billy Goff. I've got an MMA page. It's my Facebook page is a little too political though. But yeah, Instagram, give me a follow and I'll follow you back.
All right, my man. Don't get shut down on Facebook, brother. Keep it to you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, brother. Good luck next week, man, at Bellator 254. Pleasure talking to you, buddy. And great things ahead for you next week and beyond in 2021. You have a good night, brother, and we'll see you next week.
You as well.